always get what you want. Alright, alright. You got me right inside of my head. You got me so, so close on the tip of your tongue. This is the way you always get what you want. Alright, alright. Let's do and say that we're done. Let's do, I know that you want to. Let's do and say that we're done. Say that we're done. Let's do and say that we're done. Let's do and say that. You got me saying words I've never said. You got me powerless on the edge of your bed. This is the way you always get what you want. Alright, alright. Let's do and say that we're done. Let's do, I know that you want to. Let's do and say that we're done. Say that we're done. Let's do, say that we're done. Let's do, say that let's do. Say that we're done. Let's do, say that. I'm powerless to you. I'm powerless to you. I know that I want you, and I know that you want me back, and I know that you want me back. Let's do and say that we're done. Let's do, I know that you want to. Let's do and say that we're done. Say that we're done. Powerless to you. Say that we're done.
solve them right now and now. Whatever the problem, we'll solve them. Make it through together, it'll be all love and it's all good. And it's all good. Feel like I'm the big dog, been killing it since tip off. Come with it or stay home, the people gon' feel ripped off. It's only major leaguers in the office. If you giving half of an effort around the rest of us, you'll make it awkward. I'm about that action, not the one you talk with. You better hope I'm not the one your coach gon' have you out here really guarding. It took a lot for me to get here, but I have arrived. I really made it and the haters be looking surprised. Been down before, but now I'm better than I've ever been. Through all adversity, I saw them right now and now. Whatever the problem, we'll solve them. Make it through together, it'll be all love and it's all good. Yeah. Okay. They say pressure makes diamonds. That's what I align with, cause the journey I be climbing is riddled with perfect timing. I'm in a different mode when I be trying to get it. To even get a chance to compete is a form of winning. I mean, what's the point of playing if we ain't striving for greatness? I feel a sense of pride with every play that I'm making. To the top of the world when I came for the basement. Boy, I'm the one and not the two, so don't get it mistaken.
Cutie, dressed up and I'm glistening. I'm the gift, don't wrap me like it's Christmas. Once I'm yours, you'll know what you've been missing. Feeling like we should get into mischief. Listen, you've been looking like you're down on your luck. Need a girl like me to come through, lift you up. Hold me in your hand, I like when you touch me. Keep me around or you might get lucky. I'ma keep you with the good mood. Keep you up all night. Never, never around you. Baby, this is so vibe. Got me dancing like a soul train. Laughing the whole time. Got me singing in the shower. Baby, are you all mine? Baby, I'm your four-leaf clover. Your rabbit's foot, your charm bracelet, horseshoe. Baby, I'm your good, good omen. You wanna keep me with you. Keep me with you. Yeah. There's a pattern forming when you got me. 777 all wins, big money. The tramp over here never see me coming. I was in your back pocket the whole time. A quiet power, a silent gold mine, a big old confidence boost. You never delude. Just know that you'll be winning, cause I'm with you in the building. I'ma keep you with the good mood. Keep you up all night. Never around you. Baby, this is so vibe. Got me dancing like a soul train. Laughing the whole time. Got me singing in the shower. Baby, are you all mine? Baby, I'm your four-leaf clover. Your rabbit's foot, your charm bracelet, horseshoe. Baby, I'm your good omen. You wanna keep me with you. Keep me with you. You been looking like you're down on your luck. Need a girl like me to come through, lift you up. Hold me in your hand, I like when you touch me. Kick me around and you might get lucky. Baby, I'm your four-leaf clover. Your rabbit's foot, your charm bracelet, horseshoe. Baby, I'm your good omen. Yeah, you wanna keep me with you. Oh yeah, keep me with you. Ding ding. Ding ding. Why you just have that look up on your face with the underestimation? It is so yesterday. Cause baby, I can't fly without you by my side. I can do a whole lot more than just look pretty. I know that it'll take some time to see, but you're never stopping me. I know that we ain't giving up. If you thought so, well, tough luck. So we're just gonna do our thing. Ain't over till the bell goes ding. We're gonna fight, so step aside and let us sing. We're gonna bring you down. If you think you'll stop us somehow, just let us do our thing. This ain't over till the bell goes ding. This ain't over till the bell goes. This ain't over till the bell goes. This ain't over till the bell goes. If you think I've had enough.
Looks like the players are ready. Here we go!
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Monster Energy, and DHL.
After intense and grueling matches yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, we'll welcome you back to the SPS MLBB Women's Challenge Finals, ladies and gentlemen, for the last and second day of this series. You guys are now watching the English broadcast with me, Eterna, alongside with Burger Kim. How are you feeling today, Burger Kim?
Super excited. Still a little bit of hangover from the matches yesterday, but super excited for the matches to come. We are inching closer and closer as well to our grand finals. We're about to find out who's going to be the queens of SPS Women's League. But for now, of course, we still have our final lower bracket match as well as our upper bracket match that will be happening just shortly. And we've already seen a lot of the teams kind of show what they got in yesterday's matches.
For sure. We started off yesterday with 4 teams and we're down to only 3. So we have one representative left from the Philippines in, of course, Onyx Zol, who was able to win a victory, an upset, honestly, against Smart Omega Empress. And we do have 2 other teams from Indonesia in, of course, Team Vitality as well as Falcons Vega.
Yeah, I think for Smart Omega, a lot of people were actually quite surprised with that. But for Onyx All, right? Like this is what they wanted to have in that victory up against Smart Omega. And again, it's still not over. Dreams to Riyadh are still pretty much alive. We've been talking about the bracket earlier, Eterna, but here it is. The last 3 series that we'll be having today. You got Vitality and Falcons. You got Onyx as well in the final lower bracket that will be facing either Vitality or Falcons for that last slot to the grand finals.
There's definitely a lot of storylines of revenge. We saw a little bit of revenge
Oh,
coming in
yeah.
from Onyx yesterday against Omega Empress, one of the number one teams, the female teams, of course, where they were able to get that out. But today we are going to have also a similar kind of story between Team Vitality as well as Falcons Vega, like you mentioned, in the upper bracket finals. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, all these teams who win not only stand a chance to get their hands on to the prize pool, but they also get a chance to fly out to MWI, where only one slot does remain. And of course, two teams have already secured it. We have Team Vitality from Indonesia, of course, with Smart Omega Empress from the Philippines, but one slot remains. Will it be Onyx Zoal or will it be Falcons Vega?
Yeah, it's actually super exciting right now, right? Like to think that Onyx Zol is still on the run for the last slot. Both of them, Falcons Vega and Onyx Zol. So I think it's gonna be a very interesting day since they are both still here. There's a lot that happened yesterday, Eterna. I think it was a pretty long day, but actually I would say it's a day full of surprises, full of upsets, and maybe, yeah, as we take a look at the highlights.
Go berikan sedikit paksaan mencari pemain yang seterusnya dan meneruskan Smart Omega Empress, tapi Mirai menerima damage yang cukup besar pada Fumieko, tapi Fumieko dalam keadaan cukup berbahaya dikepung oleh beberapa sedikit paksaan. Mirai juga dicari, tapi sini Boros telah menikukan Chang juga tak ada. Ada player juga lagi telah menikukan Sinoa juga telah menitiderkan. Bebas untuk masuk ke hadapan. Harga pada Vivian memaksa ke hadapan mencari Amore. Amore dah ada pada Amore.
Amore sekarang ini kelihatan dengan lebih besar sekarang ini.
Untuk situasi sekarang agak susah. Casey dah tak boleh berteliti. Vivian menjadi untuk menjadikan Casey. Sini Boros telah dijatuhkan. Ayana minta tak ada, tapi Fumieko digugurkan pula double kill untuk Jel. Triple kill untuk Jel. Mina ataupun tidak untuk Jel. Masuk ke hadapan. Flicker digunakan pula. Amore hilang. Terpaksa keluar. Lari berlebiaran supaya tidak digunakan sebab Omega Empress, tapi Mirai dijatuhkan oleh Jel. Terbalik pada situasi Shinoa juga digugurkan. Dua pemain memberikan satu reset semula ke atas Lord. Kita berada belakang. Pasukan Zone juga menanti panggilan untuk pasukan Falcons Vega memberikan pertempuran. Penalti Zone tak kena. Menyebabkan pasukan kali ini Falcons Vega boleh memberikan tumpuan yang berbeza untuk mendapatkan Lord yang ada. Mampu ataupun tidak mengunci Lord. Kali ini Bene yang akan ditumbangkan, tapi Agatha melakukan jalan. Zone pun agak sukar kalau mereka nak terus paksa. Pada strike digunakan oleh Rain mencari Agatha. Hilang di tangan Rain. Baik.
Kan pun dia dah menunjukkan Tal dan juga Jingul dekat bahagian belakang. Rian
Agak bahaya situasi Tal. Nyawa cukup rendah. Terus dijatuhkan oleh Rian. Cuba untuk masuk.
berbalas kosong pada minit yang ke-9. Lot yang pertama telah dimiliki oleh Onyx Zone.
Oh, dia masuk macam tu je. Adi yang berjaya untuk menjatuhkan Casey. Tak mungkin.
Boleh nak sampai sampai. Dia berada dekat bahagian bawah. Panjang saya dia melepaskan. Kena masuk ataupun tidak. Dia masuk sekarang ni.
Dia masuk. Dia akan cuba untuk berikan damage. Jewel agak berbahaya. Tapi Mina beri sempat untuk mencari pemain. Dan Ram telah pun berjaya di muka Labore. Tapi Jewel telah pun dikuburkan. Ram telah pun disyakkan kali Not. Ayah Nabi agak berbahaya kali ini. 3 pemain yang akan dikuburkan.
Dengan langkah mereka mungkin dengan kekurangan manpower mereka boleh tamat perlawanan ini.
Rian berjaya untuk shutdown Sinoa. Mencari pemain berbagai semua mereka berhasil seterusnya. Ada lagi 3 pemain. Dua-dua tahan mengeluarkan kali damage yang ada. Tapi di pada belakang.
And there you go, all the highlights that we saw yesterday. Some of these moments were actually etched in my brain. I think I had nightmares about it, especially that play from Jin Chao in the bottom lane with split push on the Roger. But back again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you guys who missed it, this is going to be the challenge final schedule. We do have 3 matches ahead of us, starting with the upper bracket. It will be followed with the lower bracket finals, of course, with Onyx Zoal waiting on their opponent, as well as the final match of the day in a best of 5. We will be honored to bring you guys the grand finals after all that these teams have gone through over from the Open finals, the Open qualifiers, and up until this point now in the Challenge finals, we get to see who will be crowned, like you mentioned, the queens here at SPS.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting it off today, of course, with the teams that you definitely know, Team Vitality and Falcons, that will be going head-to-head. And I'm pretty sure both of these teams, especially Vitality and Falcons, they're like, okay, yeah, you know what? It's you guys again. And I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a very exciting BO3. So many things can happen between these two. Let's take a look at the keys to victory, or one of the few heroes, like both the gold and the mid lane, that are really, really important when it comes to winning the game. We saw a lot of Moscovs yesterday, the Nathans, and even a maniac on the Roger from Team Vitality's Shell. So yeah, look at the win rate, look at the pick rate as well. It seems like the Moskov is picked plenty of times here in SBS.
For sure, it's one of the most priorities in the particular lane, in the gold lane, and you get to kind of see and kind of feel what the priorities for all these teams are headed, right? A lot of late game with the Moskov and the Natan, but there's also some snowballing capacity for the early game pressure and presence that the Roger has with a 40% win rate. We also saw yesterday so many highlights were actually centered around the gold lane. So this particular gold lane spotlight will be important. We saw Shell pop off yesterday, like you mentioned. Chin Chao also had a blast on the Roger as well, by the way. So there were a lot of Roger plays that we saw yesterday. And of course, the other gold laners just really popping off. And we're going to see exactly what kind of strategy or gameplay that they're going to bring in today. Is it still going to be gold lane centric, or will we see other kind of lanes shine?
Yeah, interesting too that a lot of our MVPs yesterday were actually back-to-back gold laners
Yes.
with only, I think that was Team Falcons in the last game that they had with Onyx Zol, where it was, I think it was Violet that got in that MVP as the XP laner. So yesterday it was so pivotal to have a very good gold laner. We've seen a lot of the bans centering on the gold lane as well. And I did actually ask some of the pro players in MPL, okay, why is it that they want like gold laners to be the priority? It's because of the good scaling that they have. Another one of them is actually the mid lane, the one that really drives the rotation that your team will have.
Definitely. So much prowess in the early game. Like you mentioned, the gold lane setup is so important, and it can only be done with that mid trio prio. And of course, that centers around the mid lane. With the Vexana, 70% win rate, 20 times pick. So it's one of the most favorite picks here in this particular tournament. We have the Novaria and the Valentina. So there's a lot of utility that surrounds all these three mid laners. It's not just the damage output that is very important about these three, but the utility, right? With the Valentina, flexibility, can utilize the IMU to just really accentuate what kind of gameplay you want to go for. You want to go for fast clear, you want to go for a little bit more engage, you want to go for CC. All these things can be flexed with the Valentina. The Novaria visibility is so important, and of course that range and that clear, as well as the poke, right? We saw the poke coming through from the Xavier. Only one time picked yesterday with a 0% win rate, but you kind of get the idea that when you're going against a composition that's full setup, of course, heroes like Novaria, the Xavier that can poke from far away and just disrupt that setup is pivotal. And with the Vexana, you have the damage, you have the knockups, you have the CC, just an all-arounder here.
Yeah, I mean, the Eternal Guard, right? Like, once you have that, it's an extra unit that you can have in all of those team fights. The Valentina, too, I would like to highlight that a little bit more. I mean, honestly, I really feel sad for the Valentina. She's been released since November 2021. And up until this day, she has always stayed either on the ban list or she gets picked up. It's all because of the ultimate that she has, the IMU, right? It's so... It kind of makes you think twice on what you want to pick next, right? Like, once your enemy has the Valentina, you kind of have to think, okay, we can't really pick up these heroes that have good ultimates. That's why even up until this day, it is actually more it's picked more than the Novaria actually in this particular tournament. So it's interesting to see that a low win rate. Maybe it's because of the overall composition too, but overall still a good pick.
For sure, for sure. Because like we mentioned, right? I think the combination, I think we saw so many seasons ago, always like a trade-off between the Faramis and the Valentina.
Oh,
We
yeah.
actually saw Faramis being popped up in yesterday. So that definitely can still come through today in the 3 upcoming matches that we have. But let's go back to our first match of the day, right? 2 Indonesian representatives, like you mentioned, going head-to-head once again. And of course, the last time that they met was at WSL in the grand finals, where unfortunately for Falcons Vega, they had to lose a 4-1 in a best of 7 against the Team Vitality. And this has just been the running storyline for so many different tournaments, whether it be international, small scale, large scale, that this team, Falcons Vega, always seem to fall short behind Team Vitality. So if they're able to make this, if they're able to win this, this will be their ultimate showing and their ultimate act of revenge against Team Vitality today.
Yes, so much revenge storylines. I mean, for the Philippines, right? It was Onyx Zol upsetting Smart Omega. I mean, it is very likely, right? Because Onyx Zol has always been second, and yesterday miraculously pulled off that 2-1 up against them in that BO3. And here, once again, for Vitality and Falcons, right? They're just, I can't believe up until this day, Eterna, there's just really no way to crack Team Vitality, right? Like 19 championship titles under their belt. Of course, they're going to be playing with Fumieko, Peoples, Cinny, you got Shells, and Vivian. Still virtually the same lineup as what they had in the previous tournaments, in the previous MWIs as well. So I really don't know, Eterna, what's there to say about this team? Like, they're just way too good at what they do. 19 championship, you would have thought by now, like, somebody should have had it figured out on how to crack their team composition, or actually how to kind of take them down.
For sure. I think a lot of people are actually asking the same exact question. A little similar to Blacklist's era, right?
Oh,
They want to
yeah.
try to decode what Team Vitality has been able to bring time and time again. Their performance just always outshining all the rest of the teams. And honestly, even coming from Indonesia, everyone's kind of like, all right, but might as well just give the championship over to this team. So let's hope that since Falcons Vega have been with this team for so long, that they